You know what I'm saying? In front of everybody. Oh. Game starts at 20, bet slip is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Come on. What you got, huh?
It is spa day, Jamie. You don't interrupt spa day.
Okay. Gracie, what's up?
I need some tips.
Jamie, you want a tip?
Yeah.
No.
Come on, somebody. Jalen, what's up, man?
You want a tip?
Yeah.
You really want a tip?
I really need some tips.
Don't call somebody on live TV, Jamie Foxx.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry, holla.
Jamie Foxx. Hey, what's up with it, Fox?
Listen, I need some tips.
I'm like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas not the
Dallas?
We gotta get to Miami. How about Detroit? Nah, Barry over there.
You know what? I'm gonna call y'all right back. Vanessa, I need your help.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Going with my gut. Let's go with our gut.
Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle, from the Turnpike Bar. Doug, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs.
It was one of the better Super Bowls.
Yes.
I think the ending left everybody with a little sour taste in their mouths. I mean, especially the Eagles fans.
Yes. I listened to Philadelphia sports radio after the game. They were not a happy group of people.
Was the word rigged? Or,
well,
yeah.
Yeah, no, they went from everywhere from blaming the defensive coach Gannon to the terrible turf conditions. And then they went to the call down within 2 minutes of the holding call, defensive holding call. So no, they were in the. Hey, look, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I will completely say that had nothing to do. Well, the defensive coaching had something to do with the loss, but they were outcoached by Andy Reid in the second half, and congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs.
I remember mentioning to you at halftime, it had that eerie feeling of the Cincinnati-Kansas City Chief championship game where it ended on a penalty, an odd penalty or a bad penalty, and a field goal.
Yeah.
And, again, I think it was a matter of second-half adjustments by the Chiefs. And also, what a very, very interesting punt return.
Yes.
And the punt returner even slipped before he made his cutback.
That was an interesting situation. I know the announcers made a point of that, but it seemed like the turf was very slippery. I think what they said were the Kansas City Chiefs played on that turf earlier in the year, and they brought they knew what spikes to wear, which is good on them. That was great.
Nope, that was all.
I guess.
No. That's NFL reported that they just put in brand new turf for the Super Bowl.
Well, that doesn't mean it wasn't slippery.
$800,000 worth of turf.
Well,
it was slippery for both. It was
no. That's what. I'm not saying that was any reason why anyone won or lost. I'm just saying the announcers.
They got to figure that out.
The announcers brought that to light, that especially where the turf was painted.
Yeah,
apparently a lot of slipping and sliding. But
I was waiting for someone to get really hurt the way they were.
Again,
the footing was bad.
Both teams had to play on it.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Betting wise, the props saved me. I mean, I made a lot of props bets, and that pulled me through. The actual game itself, the spread and the over under, I was terrible at, but the props really saved me. And we'll certainly talk about that when we talk about our
Exactly.
recap powered by Betfred. And we also have a beat in the house later on. So got a big show coming up. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Well, like we just said at the top of the show, the Super Bowl happened.
Yeah.
It's like every big holiday or big event, the build up and building up and building up of it, and then it happens, and boy, there's such an emptiness afterwards.
Yeah, and by the way, good on the Philadelphia school system where they had a late what do we call it? Late start the Mondays.
Yep.
Because so if the kids can watch the Eagles lose, so good for the Philadelphia school system.
Yeah, no, and also I think a lot of people are going in late to work today in the Philadelphia area.
Look,
so.
this has to be Monday has to be a holiday afterwards. I mean,
Yeah.
just I wish it was pushed back a week, so we have the President's holiday right after the Super Bowl, so people can sleep in.
Well, at some point they're going to have to move it, especially with all the other events going on now around the Super Bowl.
Let me tell you
the
something.
NBA trade deadline
That NBA
screwed up a lot.
That
of things.
NBA trade deadline took my attention away from the NFL.
Yeah.
So I don't remember a time leading up to the Super Bowl when I was so preoccupied with the NBA trade deadline. So I don't know if that was a weird glitch in the schedule. I have to look at last year when everything occurred. But
I think the way the schedule is set up now for the NFL, the trade deadline is now the same time as the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl's been pushed back.
Sure.
And I think they got to figure something else out
Yeah.
with that. But again, everyone was expecting a good Super Bowl, not only in terms of the game, which it was.
It was a very good
First
game.
time it went over in 4 years. 4 previous Super Bowls were under.
Actually, the last time it went over,
Was the Eagles.
The Eagles played the Patriots. Yeah.
But again, everybody was expecting a good game. Everybody was expecting a huge betting handle. And GeoComply comes out with the numbers for their transactions. And
I love these numbers. It's a weird kind of thing for me. I love to see where people are betting at, and GeoComply is just great with these numbers.
well, according to all reports, this was a record-setting Super Bowl in terms of transactions. They had over 100 million geolocation checks across the 23 regulated U.S. states
Okay.
and D.C. During the Super Bowl weekend. That's from Saturday through to the end of the game. 7.4 million accounts over the weekend, 32% increase from last year. So I think you may see a corresponding increase in the handle at some point when those numbers are reported.
Yep.
They had over 100,000 check-ins regarding in and around State Farm Stadium, 8,000 fan sportsbook accounts from the stadium. New York, 13.8 million geolocation checks, over just under 12 million in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah. Well, you
Which
expect
those two were,
Sure.
I would expect all that.
Sure.
Ohio, actually, I would forget Ohio. Ohio, 12.6 million. That was a huge number for them.
Oh,
Great
absolutely.
to see that. I was more interested in the map they showed of the Kansas and Missouri state line.
Okay.
GeoComply reported more than 2.1 million geolocation passes in Kansas and over 250,000 blocks in Missouri,
Okay.
where there is no legal sports betting.
So how many blocks again? What was
250,000 blocks.
Wow.
So it's
I guess people were thinking, maybe I can sneak one through kind of thing.
Well, again, I love the fact that they actually even tracked the geolocation checks that went from one state to another.
Yeah.
And they were able to track, there were more than 2.1 million geolocation checks in Kansas. A lot of the stuff that came into Kansas was from a neighboring state.
Okay.
So I love the fact that the GeoComply tech is getting so.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I keep telling the story when online casinos started in New Jersey in 2013.
Yeah.
The geolocation technology was primitive. I mean, I can play And the online casinos in 2013 in my living room, but in my bedroom, I couldn't play it because they thought I was too close to Pennsylvania. And I don't live in a big house, but it's, I guess it was kind of a tough situation, especially for people who lived along the borders of states. So, but now it's absolutely amazing. They can tell if you're sitting in the stadium betting. So it's just absolutely amazing, the technology and the advancement in that technology.
I wonder if this will translate into a corresponding increase in the handle, the amounts. I mean, you had over 100 million geolocation checks for the Super Bowl weekend. That's a record, 32% more. Will the national handle, be similar in an increase? I'm actually curious to see how that translates.
Yeah. Well, we're recording this right after the day after the Super Bowl, so we're waiting for the numbers to roll in.
They're going to take some
probably
time
in the
to
book
get those.
report. We'll probably have them. So it's,
Well, and they may come out midweek. I know Massachusetts is going to be reporting their sports betting numbers. Hopefully,
they only
around
have
the 15th.
They only have retail. So, by the way, that was an interesting trip we went to. Where was that? I always get this
Plain
wrong.
Ridge Park Casino.
Plain Ridge Park Casino.
Yep.
because this screws me up because they're located in Plainville.
Yes.
Usually I interchange this again.
Well,
the Barstool Sportsbook there.
Yeah,
the retail
harness
sportsbook.
track was always called Plain Ridge Park.
Okay.
In Plainville.
Okay.
They added the casino into it. Now they have the temporary Barstool Sportsbook. If you're familiar with the property, it's in a really nice place.
I'm
dying to
love
see
that casino.
I think that may be one of the best sports books in Massachusetts.
Oh, sure, I think so.
If not in the region, because they're using a former restaurant called Flutie's, which was Doug Flutie's.
Doug Flutie's. Yeah.
And when it was a restaurant, it was the first time I've ever seen a wall of screens.
Yeah.
And it was a very impressive.
It actually looked like
wall
a
of
sports
screens.
book.
That made sense to put it there.
Yeah.
And we saw the schematics for the coming permanent book, and that looks really good.
Yeah, they have a picture of it. So.
But we'll be seeing some of the numbers. They're going to start releasing the numbers throughout the week, and by the time we do the book report, we should have some more of those numbers.
Sure.
So, but I'm dying to see these record numbers, geolocation checks, see what it translates into handle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exit 2.
Moving from the Super Bowl to NBA 2K.
Yes.
The NBA 2K League announced that all the tournaments that are going to be part of the 2023 season will take place in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
Monumental Sports and Entertainment, which is co-owner of the Capitals and the Washington Wizards, they are building something really, really unique down there for esports. They're building what's being called District E.
Okay.
And I'm assuming the E is short for esports.
Yeah.
It's a 14,000 square foot facility adjacent to Capital One Arena. They're going to be doing some very unique things for the new season for NBA 2K. They're going to have 3-on-3 and also 5-on-5.
Wow. Okay.
They're going to be doing halves. Half as 3-on-3, half as 5-on-5. The 3-on-3 portion of the season begins with the Slam Open. That's early March. The 3-on-3 finals are on my birthday, May 13th.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be able to
you can
enjoy
celebrate by
NBA 2K.
watching NBA
Yes.
2K. I love the fact in the esports community that owners of, I'm going to call them the traditional sports leagues and sports teams, are really getting involved in esports. I love the fact that, it gives it an air of, legitimacy because, you have this professional players, professional owners really getting involved and embracing esports.
Yes.
So I love the fact of that.
And the Alliances family, the ones that they own Monumental Sports and Entertainment, they own all of the Wizards, the Capitals, and the Arena. And actually, they have one of the few retail sports books in an arena. The Capital One Arena, which is actually doing gangbusters in D.C. in terms of betting handle and all that. So
D.C. is very interesting when it comes to betting. They almost have zones of betting. I mean, if you walk too far away from the sports book in the stadium, you can't bet on your phone. It's like this. We have drug-free school zones. They have betting-free zones almost in D.C. It's very interesting.
Well, if you think about it, we always talk about how Louisiana has some really complicated geofencing concerns
Yeah.
with the different parishes.
Yeah.
D.C. is like that, too, in certain respects.
Well, see, this comes into what we were talking about before, the technology involved
Yep.
in geolocation and geocomply, and it's just absolutely the advances they have when they have this fencing that
Yep.
you cross a street and you cross the wrong street, you're not going to be able to bet. So
Yep.
it's very interesting.
Well, District E is similar to what the city of Philadelphia had been proposing for the Fusion Arena
Yeah.
before the Fusion left.
Okay. Yeah.
The Fusion left Philadelphia, the esports team. They left Philly to go to Seoul, Korea.
Okay.
So really, there's not going to
Quite
be
a move.
Well, they're not going to have a Fusion Arena anymore.
Okay.
So I don't know what they're going to be doing with that space, but District E is supposed to be similar to that. It's going to have state-of-the-art equipment. It's going to have a community center.
Wow.
It's going to have all this stuff that's all set up to keep esports growing in the district, actually in the region there. And it's very interesting to see this. Matter of fact, we've been talking all the last couple of months with FTX going bankrupt and all these other issues with they're calling it a crypto winter.
Okay. Crypto winner. Really?
Yeah. So we have cryptocurrency platform Coinbase
All right.
becoming the main sponsor for the season.
Oh, okay.
So there is still, I guess, functioning cryptocurrency outlets out there.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to be doing that. This year, prize pool, $2.5 million.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay.
All stages of the competition. It's all the way across. So
Jeez.
it's a huge number, but spread across all the different tournaments that they're going to have.
Okay.
Like I said, the first half of the season's 3-on-3. Second half of the season's 5-on-5. That's going to go all the way through to August 5th. And usually the 5-on-5 championship tournament is actually broadcast on ESPN. So there may be an opportunity here to have this District E on TV.
Yeah, look, and it's a great area, too. There's a lot of young people in the Washington, D.C. area, a lot of colleges and a lot of schools. And so, and traditionally,
Yes.
esports is a younger viewer, younger player kind of thing. And I think this is great and great area for it.
I'm actually very curious to see if DC allows esports betting in time so people can bet at the arena when they're at District D.
Yeah, no, it'd be
So,
interesting to watch.
Yeah. But again, NBA 2K in DC, District E. Going to be fun to see this.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Exit 3.
Every so often we talk about name, image, likeness deals, whether it's with a pro athlete or a college athlete, or talking about what the NCAA is doing with the name, image, likeness situation in
I know
the
some
country.
coaches hate it,
Yes.
but, what are you going to do?
Well,
Welcome to the new world.
The UFC has become the first competition-based professional sports association to sign a college athlete to an NIL deal.
Oh, okay.
They are the first league
Oh,
to do this.
All right.
And not what you expected. It's a female wrestler.
Okay, good. Good for her.
She joined UFC as a brand ambassador last week.
All right.
Actually, she's the daughter of a former UFC heavyweight champion,
Okay.
so there's a connection there.
Good.
She
Means she's got good fundamentals
yes,
in the ring.
Yes. She was ranked 6th nationally in her weight division, won several championships at Iowa.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting that UFC has a program in place to scout college wrestling for new UFC fighters.
There's certainly some elements of wrestling in UFC.
Yes.
I wonder, will MMA become bigger in college athletics? That's one thing I'd be very interested to see. I mean, it just blew up at the
Yes.
professional realm. I'm wondering, if college athletics will start embracing this.
Well, the previous record was held by the WWE.
Oh, okay.
The wrestling organization. They signed up a Penn State football player and wrestler. But since WWE is a scripted sport,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't really count in terms of the NCAA sports thing.
I like the fact that you had to do the air quotes around scripted.
Well, when you actually joined WWE,
I guess
of the things I always knew, you also had to apply for a SAG card.
Yeah.
Stage Actors Guild union card for that, because you are acting on the ring, the mat, whatever you want to call it.
It doesn't mean you're not athletic. I mean, certainly athleticism comes into play in professional wrestling, because I can't. But they do some of the moves. To do some of the moves they do, I know. Maybe it's not full contact. I'm trying not to use the air quotes in entertainment. These moves are for entertainment, not to actually physically harm someone. But to actually not physically harm someone, you have to be a very good athlete to do the moves you're doing without actually harming each other and yourself. So it's always entertaining to watch.
Well, the word entertainment's in their name now. Their current name is WWE. The E stands for entertainment. It used to be WWF, World Wrestling Federation, before the Wildlife Fund went after them for trademark infringement.
I used to love watching professional wrestling growing up in the 80s. I mean, we had one cable channel in the Philadelphia area called Prism.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was every Saturday afternoon.
Wrestling from the Spectrum.
Yeah, a lot of on Saturday afternoon, they had a lot of wrestling programming. And then there was, I remember, Georgia professional wrestling.
Gordon Sully and the Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Yeah,
every
that's what
Saturday
it was?
afternoon.
Yeah, okay,
every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So I was a big fan of that. I was a big fan of watching the WWF and the Spectrum. I always remember watching Bob Backlund with the chicken wing. That was his signature move.
Wing, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was actually much better. Maybe it was because I was younger, but I always thought WWF wrestling was always better than WWE.
Yeah, I miss the Spectrum, and I miss Prism and things like that. So had good stuff.
Hey, nostalgia right there.
Yeah, I know.
So, but again, we have UFC becoming the first competition-based professional sports association doing an NIL deal, which is great to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see a hell of a lot more coming down the road. And,
I'm sure we will.
And also, they're going to try and figure out some kind of national framework for NIL deals through the NCAA. That's one of the things.
You have to.
The new president, Baker. The guy from Massachusetts.
Yeah, former governor of Massachusetts, Charlie Baker, is going to do the NCAA.
It'll be fun to see where they go with that.
Exit 4.
Last exit of the day brings us all the way back to the NFL. We've got Amazon reporting that they had a very successful first year of NFL football on their streaming service on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday Night Football, according to their Amazon's quarterly report, they had the youngest median age of any NFL broadcast package since 2013.
Well, that's what you want. You want your the viewers to become younger.
Exactly. The NFL is always looking
Get them
for
young. You got them for life.
People.
Yep.
Well, the NFL is still pushing their fantasy. They're still doing the sports betting. Matter of fact, they set revenue records for the NFL season. They had an increase, I believe it was about 40% of revenue because of a lot of the sports betting deals.
Sure.
So,
well,
this
look,
goes hand in hand with all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
Streaming is going to be a way of life if you're a sports fan nowadays. I mean, locally here in the New York, New Jersey area, MSG just came out and said, there looks like they're going to have a streaming service for
they just announced
Knicks.
they're delaying that.
They're delaying that? Okay, well,
2024.
Okay, so well, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. I don't know. There's another local network here, Yes Network, which is the where the Yankees play. I think they're exploring some kind of streaming subscription service. So who knows? Maybe it'll come sooner than we think.
The one thing I have to say about the Amazon numbers, and these are the Amazon numbers, they were up 11% in the demographic 18 to 34-year-old. Mm-hmm. They also had the most streamed games ever, with an average audience of 11.3 million viewers.
Okay,
which sounds impressive. Well, but when you realize no one else could watch, they weren't on any other.
Well, and it's also the most streamed games. Who else is streaming right now? I mean, you're kind of cornering the market on streaming games. NFL.
Well, they were
doing, there are streaming games.
They
were
streaming last year, but they did not make it exclusive.
Yeah, well,
you either had to go to a bar to watch this, or you had to sign up for Amazon Prime to watch
or go to a
Thursday Night
sports book.
Football. Or, well, same thing, bar.
bar, sports book.
Yeah. Nowadays with your phone, it's a sports book.
Yeah.
So, but for Thursday night broadcast, made Variety's top 100 list for the year.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where we're actually seeing Amazon next year. We're hearing reports that you're going to start seeing e-commerce during the game, which means whatever you see on the screen, you might be able to do a point and click and order stuff that you see on the TV.
Talk about an impulse buy, huh?
Well, there's a lot of networks out there that are starting to do the e-shopping streams.
How good will that be for the Super Bowl? We just had the Super Bowl with all the commercials and things like that. Can you imagine a point and click during the Super Bowl?
Can you imagine Amazon doing a deal with Fanatics to sell the licensed merchandise of the champion?
Oh, yeah.
Right there when they're doing their speeches. That's going to be very interesting to see how the tech evolves.
From what I hear, I know, I don't know which one it was. I know there's a couple home shopping networks, but I as soon as the game was over, I think they were selling the Kansas City championship T-shirts.
Yep. So, well, I know Fanatics is experimenting with it.
Yeah,
they're going to be launching Fanatics Live or something
where
they're going to be actually able to do the e-commerce on the screen on their content.
Perfect.
So we'll see what happens. But congratulations to Amazon.
Yeah.
Numbers taken with a grain of salt right now because they were exclusive just to Amazon Prime. You know, if there were other ways to watch the games, I think they'd be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again. Congratulations. Good numbers.
And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up a little later on. We're going to go over our Super Bowl bets. I didn't do too well in the actual game, but I did pretty well in my props. I mean, I'll go over some of the props we went over and we won on and lost on and whatever. And that's powered by Betfred. We love Betfred Sports. It's absolutely an amazing sports book. And we also have a Beat in the House where we're going to look at some of the big jackpots that were won over the last week. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
With costs going up, Adam and Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
Welcome to another edition of the Pro Football Pick segment powered by BetFred Sports here on Turnpike Sports. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. Well, without any kind of lead in here, we just had the Super Bowl, and wow, what a game.
It was an amazing game. I mean, unfortunately, my team didn't win, but, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I actually have to commend Philly. At least the area around Philly and Philly, giving kids the late start for school.
Oh yeah,
the
day after the Super Bowl, all the schools in the Philadelphia area kind of pushed back. I don't know if it was a 2-hour delay or something like that. I think it was something like that. Delayed opening, but
that was the phrase, delayed opening.
Delayed opening. I
never know what to call these things.
Good for them.
I don't think I ever had a really delayed opening other than for snow when I was going to school.
So. No, I've never had that experience that they delayed an opening for a football game.
Yeah, that's something new.
Well, good for them.
Good for them. But it was a great game in terms of how it was played. Again, questionable call at the end, which led to a lot of anger, frustration.
Yes. Look, I'm a Philly fan, and I don't. That's part of the game. The turf situation, the calls. I think the bigger thing that cost Philly the game, I think the only thing that cost Philly the game is Philadelphia was outcoached by Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. So,
especially in the second half. Second half. Good adjustments by Reid and his crew there. I actually liked the way Spagnuolo changed his defense a little bit. It became a lot more pressure-oriented in the second half.
I'm very impressed by Kansas City because, Philadelphia had a historically good defense with, they were putting pressure on quarterbacks all year, and Kansas City came out of that game, and I don't think Mahomes was sacked once. So good for them.
Matter of fact, I think there were only 2 sacks in the game, which was
against the Eagles. I think.
Yeah,
I think there might have been 1 or 2. I don't know, but there wasn't a lot of sacks.
And also, it really wasn't a sack. It was Jalen Hurts getting forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they didn't really put him down.
Let me tell you something. I had one of my prop bets. It was like over 5.5 sacks for the entire game. Yeah. So it's just I was very surprised. How well the offensive line of Philly is great, so I didn't expect them to give up a lot of sacks, but good on the Kansas City Chiefs line because they really kept Mahomes upright. I mean, he had that scary situation at the end of the first half where he went off limping, but he pulled it together.
And then he had that long run towards the end of the game.
Looked good.
It looked good.
Yeah. It looked good.
But let's head on over to our Super Bowl recap, and we'll talk about some of the prop bets that we had as well as the picks that we made for the big game. Well, you know what? Let's start off with what you had just mentioned. Both of us, I think, did this prop bet in different books. The 5.5 sacks.
Yeah.
So,
let me just tell you, thank God for the prop betting because I made out in the prop betting. I screwed up on the spread. I went with the Eagles. I went with the under. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. It was like an incredibly high scoring game. So good for people who went on did the over. But the prop bet saved me.
Well, I did the over, and as a matter of fact, I kind of thought with these two offenses they were going to go over no matter what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. My prop bet for the show did really well too. I did anytime touchdown Kelsey. anytime touchdown, Jalen Hurts. And what was the other one that I did? I can't remember what the hell I did. Jalen Hurts MVP, because I thought the Eagles were going to win it.
See,
which, by the way, Jalen Hurts had a hell of a game.
He had a record-setting game. He had a record-setting game.
Other than that fumble return for a touchdown, he had a hell of a game. So,
well, he actually was the first quarterback to score 3 touchdowns.
Yes, that's what I mean. He had an historic game,
which
for him.
Also may have been one of the reasons why Philly couldn't really get things going. It was just Jalen Hurts. I mean, if you think about it, if he's the only guy scoring touchdowns, that kind of may have had something to do with.
I think the receivers were great for Philly. I that was one of my prop bets that I did well on. I had over 6.5 wide receivers for the Philadelphia Eagles. So and they had 7 people catch balls. So good. That was a great prop bet for me.
Well,
so
I did
I'm patting myself on the back for that one.
For the show picks, I did good for my prop bets. I did Kelsey first half TD, which he did. He was the first touchdown for Kansas City. I did Jalen Hurts longest pass, 35 or more yards. He did a 44-yard pass to, was it Devonta Smith or A.J. Brown? I can't remember.
Oh, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown. And the other prop bet I had for the show, 3.5 touchdowns scored by the Eagles. They did 3.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, when you go off to the personal side, I did a bunch of prop bets.
Yeah.
I actually didn't do too many prop bets this year because I wanted to just enjoy the game without having to sweat a little bit. And I did a couple prop bets. I hit the one that I was really shocked at, the 2-point conversion. I thought it was going to happen earlier in the game. Happened at the end of the game. I hit that. And basically that covered a lot of my losses.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I've always liked doing with the prop bets is trying to figure out which ones I can put the most money on to cover all the other ones that I stupidly do.
You know, one I lost on that I thought was I had a shot with is over 1.5 coaches challenge for the game. There was only one coach's challenge from Andy Reid, but no, I did well. I did Eagles over their rushing yards. I got that. I got the Gainwell over his rushing yards. I got that. But I did pretty good. I did Kelsey. I think everyone had a prop bet on Kelsey. And I think it paid off. Jalen Hurts touchdowns. I did very well on the prop bet side.
Well, the one prop bet I thought was going to hit, especially given the way these two offenses operate. I've done this in the past before, and I've hit it.
I know what you're talking
about. Each and every time I've played it, it was a non-quarterback throwing a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. I've hit that every single time I played it in previous Super Bowls. I did it this year, and both these teams have let me down because they did not do any gadget plays. Although the round-around carousel thing that Kansas City tried that one time inside the 5 was kind of interesting. It didn't work out the way it should have, but again, I was really shocked I didn't see more trick plays or more gadget plays than what they were doing. But that was a disappointment. I always bet that didn't happen. The 5.5 sacks, I'm still shocked at because I thought we were going to see people in the backfield all the time. Yeah, and it just didn't materialize.
Yeah, the one thing I did was A.J. Brown. I got over 72.5 yards, so I got that one. I did a bet on the Eagles' first touchdown being a rushing touchdown, and I got that. So all in all, a very, very good, very, very good Super Bowl. The actual game itself, I did terrible on. I went with the Eagles and I went with the under. I did terrible on that, but my prop bet saved me.
Well, I went 50% on the game itself. I went with Eagles and the over, but I had a 10-leg parlay that came very close to hitting. I hit 9 of the 10 legs. And it was because Mahomes did not get 200 yards passing.
I had the same thing. Here, this is what I had. I missed on a 5-leg parlay. Kelsey anytime touchdown, Hurts anytime touchdown, and these were adjusted numbers. Travis Kelsey, 40-plus yards receiving. Hurts, 200-plus yards passing. And the one I lost on was Mahomes, 225-plus yards passing.
I hit on everything else. And
That leg was the one I thought, certainly Mahomes will get over 225 yards, but that's the one I didn't get.
The other prop bet I'm disappointed in that I did was Tony, the receiver for
Yeah.
he actually had that record-setting punt return, brought it back down to the 5, but I had a prop bet that he would get 25 receiving yards. He did not.
Can I tell you a story with a lot of people lost on it? Talk about a bad beat. Now I did not bet on this, so this is an interesting thing. Rushing yards for what was his name?
You mean Pachenko?
No, Boston
Scott.
Boston Scott. Yeah, he had 8.5.
Yep.
Of rushing yards. The first carry he did was 9 yards. The next carry he did, he lost 2 yards.
Yeah.
But then in one other carry, he gained 1 yard, so he got 8 yards. Talk about a bad beat if you had over 8.5 yards.
You know what? You're going to be hearing bad beats all the way
You
through
won
this.
it, then you lost it, then you thought you were going to win it again, and then you lost it. So
actually, I'm very curious to see who won on the missed field goal bet. Would the team miss a field goal prop?
I heard that someone was offering a prop with a field goal hit an upright, and it actually hit an upright. So
yeah, there were a lot of sports books, especially on the retail side in Vegas, actually had that prop.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't see too many on the onlines that hit
props, the prop bets in Super Bowls are fascinating.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing what you can bet on.
Well, even when Caesars released their menu of prop bets for the Super Bowl, the cross sport ones are interesting. I don't really go with those.
Yeah.
I do love when
I know people who are doing
yeah.
parlays with the NFL and
Yeah.
the NBA.
I don't do that. No, I just can't do that.
So.
But I love when especially Caesars, when they release their menu, their betting menu for the Super Bowl props, they always tell the story of they created the first prop with William the Refrigerator Perry.
Oh,
that's
really?
Chicago
That was
Super Bowl.
I heard
that was the very
the
first
story,
prop.
Yeah, that was the story out there.
They put that out in all their press releases when they released the betting menu. I know a couple other places did specials on it, streaming specials. They talked about that. But it's a very interesting market in and of itself, the prop bets. I don't think too many other sports can do that.
Yeah. Well, they do the squares thing too, which I have never won on.
No,
those squares. So
and also I think FanDuel had their Super Bowl bingo card going again and all that. So a whole different ways of doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
But you got
See,
to
that's
love.
a little too gimmicky for me. That's prop bets, I guess, in and
They're
of
all
itself
gimmicks.
are
They're
all
all
gimmicky.
gimmicks.
But that's the squares and the bingo. That's just I don't know. I just don't do well in that. Some people do well in that.
Yep.
I don't do well in that.
But I'm curious to see what the numbers are in terms of handle for all the books.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the breakdown between in the handle of how much was single game parlays or parlays themselves, and also I want to know what in-play betting did. Because this is the first time that's been available for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to see the numbers. But that's it for the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Picks powered by Betfred segment. NFL season has concluded.
Yes.
So
and big thank you to Betfred Sports. It was a lot of fun. You have a great sports book. They had great lines. It was such a lot of fun.
A lot of fun to work with them.
Yep, absolutely.
Great guys over there. Brian Bennett, everybody over there, great people.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.
80% of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's got to be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation. With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly also lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beat the House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to another edition of Beating the House. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country to give you a look at some of the big jackpots that happened over the past week. We've got casino jackpots, we've got lottery, we've got table games, poker, bad beats, pie gal. Everything and anything that's happened over the past week we will be discussing. Press releases, info@turnpikesportsradio.com is the email address to keep them coming in as we're getting more and more every week, and it's showing that a lot of people are really enjoying hearing about other people winning huge sums of money, which I find very interesting.
Well, look, I always say I use this segment, and I have a pen right next to me and paper, so when you say someone won a big jackpot on a certain game or a certain slot, I kind of write it down, so next time I'm in a casino or I'm online, I check it out. And speaking of online, God, I feel just hobbled right now because my internet's out. Look, I have to deal with
paperwork.
paper. Yeah. What is this? What are we?
Back to the Stone Age.
Oh my God, what's going on here? Unbelievable.
Well, we're going to get into our jackpot segment after the technology complaint.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to write down once I'm back online. Yeah, then I'll check out the new games and online casinos. But my goodness.
Well, lucky for you, you're not going to have to go online to check out our first jackpot. It's a brick and mortar jackpot at the Bellagio Casino in Las Vegas. We have an unnamed Las Vegas Strip visitor winning $3,257,830 at the Bellagio on a title we're familiar with, but this is also another variation on that title. We have the Wheel of Fortune triple gold spin slot game.
Wow.
Churning out that jackpot.
Is there an official count of how many Wheel of Fortunes variations there are?
I've heard people estimate there's about 120 different versions.
Okay. I just saw a new one, and it was like one of those Wheel of Fortune big cabinet things, and I see Vanna White in the video screen there.
I don't know which one this is, but...
Okay, but $3 million, huh?
Let me tell you something. When we're talking Wheel of Fortune, whether it's brick and mortar or online, these always pay out. They're big numbers. I've never seen gold spin before, so I don't know, or triple gold spin. I'm sorry. Spin. I guess there's a double gold spin or a double gold gold or a single whatever. I don't. There's so many different variations. I'm losing track.
Anytime they say triple, I just assume that you have to get the triple, the three things across.
It could also be a triple bonus too.
Oh, okay, good point. I don't
There's
know.
so many different variations.
I don't even know why I speak. I don't know why I'm just.
Well,
but all I know is Wheel of Fortune really pays off. That's one of those Wheel of Fortune, Monopoly. Online, it's Divine Fortune.
Well, you're forgetting one in brick and mortar.
What's that?
The Buffalo.
Oh, yeah,
Aristocrat
Buffalo. Yeah,
the Buffalo Link
yeah.
games, all that stuff. So there's a lot.
What's it called? Buffalo Gold? Or
Buffalo
something?
Grand.
Buffalo Grand.
There's Buffalo Grand. There's Buffalo something else.
All right.
There's a whole slew of Buffalo family things.
There's another one, too, I'm starting to see. I saw it in Atlantic City. I saw it in Massachusetts. It's something to do with a train or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Gold train or something. I don't know,
but I'm starting to see
there are
that
variations on that too. I remember in Atlantic City, I saw the one that had the train going around the top of the.
I think that might be it, but I think I saw one in Massachusetts too.
That one did not have the train going around the top, so it was a smaller cabinet.
But $3 million,
$3.257 million
at Bellagio, which, by the way, decoration-wise, is my favorite casino.
Yes.
It's the nicest casino, I think.
And don't forget, online you have BetMGM with, I believe it's BetMGM, I apologize, but it's BetMGM, I know. It has the Bellagio game where the fountains go up when you're playing.
Oh, really? In New Jersey here?
In New Jersey.
Okay,
yeah.
well,
so
see?
take a
Look at that. I'm going to check it. Once I get back online with my stupid computer, so I'll check out the Bellagio game.
Well, speaking of New Jersey, we're going to the Hard Rock in Atlantic City.
Speaking of nicely decorated casinos,
I love that escalator.
Beautiful.
I love the escalator going down into the casino. We've got a brand new game to talk about.
Oh, okay.
A customer of Hard Rock Atlantic City was playing the Scientific Games Willy Wonka Dreamers of Dreams slot machine.
I believe I saw this.
Yes.
So I didn't see Willy Wonka at first, but I caught sight of the Oompa Loompas.
They're very attention-getting on the big screens.
So,
and it's a curved screen, too, which actually gives it almost like a 3D depth.
Well, it's one of those big cabinet ones I saw. So,
yeah, so this is the
Look
first
for
time.
the Oompa Loompas.
You can't miss those. The little orange guys running around. Willy Wonka, Dreamer of Dreams. Person came in, sat down, won $1,511,911, instantly welcoming the lucky winner into the $1 Million Club for the game.
Wow, that's great.
So Hard Rock,
Good for them.
another $1.5 million handout there with the jackpot.
By the way, the Willy Wonka thing is the original Willy Wonka. The Gene
Wilder one. You got to remember.
Not the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's the one I'm talking about.
There are two different names. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is the Gene Wilder one. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is actually the one based upon the actual book.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
Yeah. So staying with Hard Rock, we have another jackpot. This one is Aristocrats Egyptian Dollar Storm slot machine. We have a winner under the name of William hitting the jackpot, granting him $143,955.
Wow.
You know, I was about ready to say not as grand as that $1.5 million, but you know what? Anything over a couple dollars is a good jackpot.
Yeah. You know, let me tell you something. I expect I always enjoy this segment because I like listening to the games, but I expect next week's to even be bigger because I know Atlantic City and I know Vegas. Everyone was at the casinos for the Super Bowl.
And I think according to reports, Atlantic City had a lot of sellouts in their hotels. So
they
were busy. They were very busy. I can't wait to see the Pennsylvania reports, too.
Yes.
Leaving New Jersey, we're going down south to Florida. We have the Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. Okay. I almost call it the Seminole Coconut, but it's the Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. Table game winner. We have a Super 4 progressive blackjack jackpot of $1.2 million.
Wow.
With a $5 side bet at the casino. Guest was playing live blackjack in the smoke-free pavilion. That's a new add-on to the casino.
Okay.
He hit $1,242,066.40, the largest table games progressive jackpot to date at that casino.
All right.
He was there to celebrate his birthday. He won on a royal flush in diamonds with a king and queen combined with the dealer's jack and ace of diamonds.
Okay.
So
See, that's
we've
where
had
I
the
would
Super
play.
4. Yeah.
You mentioned the smoke-free pavilion. That's where I would play. Not because you can smoke around me. I don't care. But you're playing a long time. I'm a contact wearer, so
that's a
my
pain in the
eyes
butt
get
right
so
there.
dried out. And they get dried out anyway, and I could put smoke in there. It limits the amount of time my eyes can maintain some kind of wetness in it. So.
Well, the Super 4 Progressive is one of those. We've actually had the Super 4 Progressive on from a couple different places.
Right.
And you have to combine your hand with the dealer's hand to make the best poker hand.
Oh,
so
okay.
think about that one. Yeah.
All right.
That's a blackjack that translates into
That actually
poker.
sounds like fun.
It's something you got to learn how to
when
play,
you combine
too.
blackjack and poker, that sounds like a great game.
Staying in Florida, we've got the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa. 2 players. An unnamed player won $1,248,171.14, hitting on a jackpot slot machine. And then we have another one, Tracy H. of Florida, local, won $1,068,876.56 on a slot machine at the property as well. No word on what the slots were, though.
Okay.
Here's an interesting story going back out to Vegas at Caesars Palace, and I think a lot of people have seen this. A Los Angeles Rams rookie running back.
Yes.
Congratulations to Ronnie Rivers. Not only was he an NFL player, which is a jackpot in and of itself.
Yep.
He won $514,837 playing 3-card poker.
Yeah, this made the news everywhere.
Yep.
So.
I was actually surprised.
Which, by the way, he was a rookie, and I guess that was like half his salary, right?
Nope.
Or 3/4 of his
70%
salary.
of his salary.
70% of his salary.
His salary is $705,000.
Okay.
Give or take a couple of bucks. So $514,000, 3-card poker. He hit a royal flush between his 3 cards and the 3 cards held by the dealer. And congratulations, and also happy birthday. He did it on his birthday.
Yeah, I guess he was there for his birthday.
And his mother's. Both of them were there celebrating their birthdays.
Great.
So very,
Good
very
for him.
cool
Good for
celebration there. We've got another Money Keeper, which is what the Firekeepers Casino in Battle Creek, Michigan calls their jackpot winners. They call them Money Keepers.
Oh, okay.
It goes along with Firekeepers.
I was wondering what the hell you were talking about. But
Well, we have Charles S. winning $221,544.75 on a royal flush of diamonds on one of their poker table games.
Okay.
Going over to Rivers Casino Pittsburgh, and this was a late addition to this list here that I made.
Just hot off the presses.
Hot off the printer anyway.
Okay.
As hot as printers get anyway nowadays. A Clearfield County woman turned a game of cats, hats, and more bats into a $154,484 jackpot.
What the hell is that?
Cats, hats, and more bats is a slot.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's like the most bizarre table game I've ever heard of. So it's a slot machine, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you can
What's
probably
it called?
figure,
Cats, bats, and what?
Cats, hats, and more bats. Number one, it's a sequel to Cats, Hats, and Bats, which is a Halloween-themed game.
Okay, is this like a witch kind of theme?
Cats,
of thing?
hats,
okay,
and more bats.
Okay.
It's Halloween.
Or you said Halloween, so I guess it's a witch kind of thing. Okay.
And she actually hit the grand symbol in the Locket Link bonus that pays the Grand Progressive at Live Casino Pittsburgh, one of the bigger slot progressive jackpots that the Rivers Casino Pittsburgh has.
I have to tell you, I love Rivers Casino Philadelphia, but I haven't been.
Never been to the Pittsburgh one.
Yeah,
so I have to take a visit out there. Going back out west, we're going back to Las Vegas, Harrah's Las Vegas, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
We have James of Fairfield, Ohio, hitting a major jackpot of $124,000 on I Love Suits Poker, which is a table game of poker. So he played for only 30 minutes.
That's good time management right there.
Yes.
Good for him.
6-card straight flush.
How much longer did he play afterwards, or did he?
I would assume.
Like me, I would take the money and run. I would. It's I'm done. I can't get any better than what I just did there.
See,
so I would stop.
I'm an idiot that would try a couple more hands.
Yeah.
So
just give it right back.
Exactly. Yes, I would. But again, 6-card straight flush. I Love Suits Poker. $124,000.
Wow! Congratulations.
Staying at Harrah's, we have a visitor from Wisconsin winning $117,000 on Monday playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em at Harrah's Las Vegas. That was done after an hour of play.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and it was the first time this person played.
See, that's time well spent.
I'm just impressed at the first time playing, winning that amount.
Poker players always judge how well they do by how much money they win during an hour's play. I mean, this is great stuff.
Yeah,
from
30
these guys.
minutes. Now we have 60 minutes.
Yeah, great.
One person from Ohio, one person from Wisconsin, and we are finishing up on another Wisconsin player winning a jackpot. This one at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. We've got a $118,553 jackpot playing, I want to get this right, Pai Gow Poker.
Ah, okay.
I can't have a beat in the house without a Pai Gow Poker jackpot. They won an additional $5,000 for doing the side bet.
Yeah, I gotta get back into that.
Yeah,
I'm hearing a lot of jackpots being won in Pai Gow Poker, and I kind of have to re-up my play in that.
Well, the second Wisconsinner that has won the jackpot hit it on a 7-card straight flush. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to all our winners this week and every week, and also the winners we did not have a chance to talk about in this episode. info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep the press releases and the communications coming in. We'll keep doing this segment.
And that'll do for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.